Go back to the turn of the last century, 1900s. The Chesapeake Beach in southern Anne Arundel County was a tourist attraction, drawing hundreds of thousands of visitors to the shores of the Chesapeake Bay. They were trying to escape the heat of Baltimore and Washington. There was an amusement park with a large roller coaster and a big hotel, and even a 1,600-foot boardwalk built out over the bay. And you could take a train from DC to the bay for 50 cents.
And Baltimore folks came by steamboat. The railroad was built out of Washington. It's about 28, 29 miles. Took about an hour and a half. People packed their picnic baskets and loaded themselves and their kids on the train and came out here for a day and had a good time and went back with, sand in their shoes and wet wool bathing suits.
You see, the fare was about 50 cents?
Yeah, I think it stayed about 50 cents for a lot of years, but 50 cents was a lot of money back in those days. But in the teens and the 20s, it was very popular. I think when the Depression came along, it maybe, its popularity fell back a little bit, but you could still get a good meal and listen to good music down here in Chesapeake Beach. The railroad stopped running in '35, but automobiles had pretty much taken over all their business anyway. So the folks were coming in their old cars, or actually their new cars, they're old to us. People drove down here and had a good meal and a good time on the beach.
And this was the terminus, this building?
This is the terminus. This is the people mostly got on the train at the District Line station, which literally is right on the southeast corner of Washington, DC, and rode out here.
Was the railroad important to the economic development of this area?
Sort of yes and no. They had great hopes that they would use it for freight in the off-season. That didn't work too well, but it did bring a lot of people to the area. Much as today, the area is a destination for people to come for a nice day away. It's been reborn as that, but that's what it was in the early part of the 20th century. It was a place for people to come enjoy themselves.
Chesapeake Beach Railway Museum.
How long has the museum been here, and what have you got here for people to see?
Well, the museum's been here about, let's say, early 1970s. And when you ask what's here to see as far as the museum itself, we tell the history of the Chesapeake Beach Railway through pictures, artifacts, objects, and things of that nature. So that's what this building is all about. This is the original building on its original site. And it's the last remaining train depot from the Chesapeake Beach Railway.
Chesapeake Beach is still a thriving resort.
It is just exploding. I think probably in the last 5 to 7 years, we've seen a huge explosion in growth down here. There's a small beach area here. A lot of it was wiped out in the hurricane, I think, yes. So we do have a couple of beach areas. There's a fishing fleet here, so we've got a lot of head boats that go out just for day trips and things of that nature too. But there are a lot of the huge amounts of fishing vessels here that go out and take people out on excursions.
Talk to me a little bit more about the museum here and what people can see when they come here.
Well, this is a unique little piece of history of Chesapeake Beach because it's, as I said earlier, it's the last remaining train depot from the Chesapeake Beach Railway. So it's truly a treasure because it's on its original site. It is the original building.
There is an actual rail car outside.
There is. That is a half of a rail car. It's called the Dolores. And the rail car is also the last remaining rail car from the railway itself. And so we're in the process of restoring that.
The train, of course, is no longer running. The amusement park is long gone, but Chesapeake Beach is a magnet still for day trippers, for people who want to spend a day on the water. And of course, the museum gets about 10,000 to 12,000 visitors a year. I'm Lou Davis for State Circle.